We are at the Shoreline Community College Gymnasium. It is Shoreline Community College basketball. College basketball here on a Saturday afternoon in North Seattle. Hello, everybody. Tom Lafferty along with former Stanwood, former Montana, Nate Duchesne. Your resume is about the length of my arm for all the places that you've been, but welcome to Shoreline Community College basketball.
Thanks. It's good to be here. I'm out of coaching right now, so it's good to go to games and watch what coaches are doing and seeing some exciting basketball.
And I know you said it to me in an email. Sometimes it's hard to put down the whistle. Is it still hard to put down the whistle?
Yeah, it is. I find myself coaching up in the stands. My daughter plays. I go to
yelling at the refs?
High school games. That's a little bit more under my breath these days. But yeah, it's good to be back in the gym and analyzing basketball and watching NWAC.
So let's talk about NWAC. Let's talk about you coached for a year at Edmonds Community College after Stanwood before you went to Montana. Lots of challenges when you coach at the community college level.
Yeah, it's a unique situation for coaching for sure. A lot of the coaches in the NWAC do not work at the college. They just simply don't have enough jobs to go around. But so you have to find time to get to the campus to make sure the kids are going to class, checking in with professors. So it's a pretty tough situation. Plus, a lot of the kids that play in the NWAC, they aren't the greatest students to start with, and so you've got to make sure that you give them some support there.
And you talked just a couple minutes ago with Ray Funk, the head coach of Yakima Valley, and there's also that coaching tree, isn't there? You've coached against him, and then his brother-in-law is the coach here, and it's a whole big fraternity of you coaches.
That's what I really enjoy about coaching, being a coach. Coach Funk actually started about 11 years ago at Yakima. That was the first year I was at Edmonds, and they came over to our tournament at Edmonds, and we talked about first-year coaching in the NWAC issues that we're having. We became friends there, and it really paid off a couple years later because I recruited one of his best players, MVP of the NWAC, Anthony Johnson, out of Tacoma. So it is a coaching tree, so to speak, and a lot of good networking that goes on.
And talk about networking, and we talk about it during our radio broadcasts on football and talking about recruiting and how all that works. And that really it's a network, isn't it? You have to pick up the phone. Somebody initially picked up the phone and called Tom Try at Lake Stephen and said, what about this Easton kid that's in the 8th grade?
Yeah, and usually, with recruiting, it's a previous relationship that you've had, because it comes down to trust. When you're going to send your child off to a school to play for somebody, it's a pretty important investment. You got to be able to trust them, and so it comes back to relationships.
And talk about then trust. If you call Coach X at the school and say, how about this kid? He pretty much has to be honest with you about, he's just not a very good student.
Yep.
Or he's a great kid, but you know what? He just can't do this or can't, right? You have to know the whole story.
For sure. That's a part of it too. Trust goes both ways. But yeah, it comes down to relationships that you have and you've formed over the years with different people.
So let's talk about how do you recruit into the community college level? Do you have to wait till the 4-year guys get out of the way? Is that pretty much what you do?
It's a little bit of a domino effect with that. But you get out and watch games, a lot of high school games, and you evaluate the talent, and then you invite them into your open gyms in the spring. And once all those D2s go away, those people sign, then you get to take your pick on who's left over.
We're going to have the introduction of the lineups here at Shoreline Community College. The Dolphins coming in at 4-3 overall, but we're going to have our national anthem coming up, and we'll come back with the starters right after this. We're set for the Yakima Valley Yaks and the Shoreline Dolphins to get underway here at Shoreline Community College in North Seattle. Tom Lafferty along with Nate Duchesne. Our statistician today is Buddy Patrick. Todd Elvig at the controls for STSPN. Glad you're with us here. Let's take a look at the starting lineups as they go along for the Yakima Valley Yaks. They'll start Demetrius Trammell, a 6'2 sophomore from LaGrange, Georgia, Troup County High School. Also starting in the lineup, Chris Morsa from Grants Pass, Oregon, a guard at 5'7". He's a freshman. Cameron Jensen will come out as a starter from Mesquite, Nevada, Virgin Valley High School, a 6'3 sophomore averaging 8.5 points per ball game. Tyler Clough from West Valley High School in Yakima, wearing number 11. Tyler Clough, a point guard at 5'10". He is a freshman. And Dual Yacht, a 6'7 freshman from Anchorage, Alaska, Bartlett High School, Dual Yacht. And the head coach of the Yakima Valley Yaks is Ray Funk, coming in at 6-4, yet to play a league game in the NWAC conference. And now for Shoreline, their starters coming up here, 4-3 on the season. Donald Brady, their second-year head coach, and here comes the starters. They'll start Jason Smar. We saw him play in high school out of Edmonds Woodway High School, averaging 16.9 points per ball game, a 6'3 sophomore. Also in the Gadisa Margarza will be in the starting lineup. That's a different than what we were given a little earlier. Margarza, 6-foot freshman out of Nathan Hale High School. And then Derek Dean out of Bishop Blanchette, 6'2". He is a freshman at 14 points per ball game. Also coming out, Joe Gabrahuat, 6'6 freshman, 8 points per ball game, and out of Shorecrest High School. And then we will go back to Skylar Kelly. Skylar Kelly, they didn't go in numerical order. Skylar Kelly, a 6-foot sophomore out of Shadle Park High School. And Jason Smar, as we mentioned, 16.9 points per ball game out of Edmonds. He is a sophomore. So Jason Smar and Ben Steinbrook, along with Skylar Kelly, Derek Dean, and Joe Gehebrawat. And for the Yakima Valley Yaks, Chris Morsa, Cameron Jensen, Tyler Clough, Dual Yacht, and Demetrius Trammell in the starters. The officials, Aaron Woods, Floyd Campbell, and Jerry Manise. And these two teams are ready to get underway some community college basketball here on a Saturday afternoon. So Mark Garza is in the starting lineup rather than Steinbrook for the Shoreline Dolphins. And here we go. The ball is about to go up here at Shoreline. Yakima in the gray, Shoreline, the home team, in the white uniforms, trimmed in gray and black. And in the air we go and underway, and it'll be Yakima to control to start the first half. Yakima moving to our left again in their gray traveling uniforms, trimmed in pretty much maroon and gold as they work at top of the key. Tyler Clough at the top, 15 to shoot. New this year, 30-second shot clock in college rather than the 35. That'll probably change in the high school level here in the next year or so. Down to 7, down to 6 to shoot. Clough, a dribble left side, pulls up, puts it up with 3 on the shot clock and misses. First shot comes off, no good. And grabbing the rebound there is Derek Dean. Dean will take it the length of the court, goes in, off the glass too hard, and there'll be a blocking foul called, and he will, they say he's on his way to the hoop. He looks like he wants to shoot, or are they going to say, Nate, he was on the floor?
I think they went on the shot.
Okay.
Called it a block there. Looks like both teams coming out in man-to-man to start. I think this is probably a big game for both these teams. They got league coming up next week, and coaches want to get off on the right foot going into the new year.
First personal foul, that one was called on Clough, the first team foul. And first free throw, no good by Derek Dean out of Bishop Blanchette, averaging 14 points per ball game. The next free throw is no good. Missed them both. So yet to dent the scoreboard. We're 40 seconds into the contest, and Yakima Valley will have the basketball. 0-0, 20 on the shot clock. Yacht, top of the key, tries to rifle a pass to the baseline. Oh, they're going to say it went off of Tyler Clough and out of bounds, so that'll be a turnover, and Shoreline will get the basketball. Trying for that rifle pass to the baseline is a little bit too hard, and here comes Shoreline. The Dolphins in their home white uniforms trimmed in green and black. Moving to our right, top of the key. That is Smar. Now down low to the big guy, and it's too hard. Gebrawat misses, and it's going to come off. Actually, almost an air ball. It's kind of skimmed the glass. Going in, dribble in. There's a block, and it's blocked out of there as Jason Smar went high in the air, blocked it out of there, and grabbed by Shoreline. Here come the Dolphins.
Great recognition on the weak side to come across and block that.
Going in, dumping it down low again to the big guy. Little stutter step move, puts it up on the first 2 points of the ball game. Up and in by Joe Gebrawat out of Shorecrest High School. It's a 2-0 lead for Shoreline.
I think I'd go into Gebrawat until until they prove to guard that. He's pretty big in there. Good footwork at the post. Nice shot.
Gebrawat is 6'6". Yacht is in on him as well. He's 6'7", but he's got him by about 90 pounds, it looks like. The bucket up and good for Yakima Valley in by Cameron Jensen. So we are tied for the first time tonight. Gebrawat gets it again. He'll face and fire, but puts up an air ball.
I think he can get a little closer to the hoop than that.
Up the left-hand side. Morsa, he'll shoot the three. It's going to be no good. And the rebound grabbed by Gadisa Margarsa. There's actually an extra R in there, not on your program. As they work the perimeter here, Shoreline with it, 19 to shoot. Turnaround, hit as he let go of the ball, and it's going to be a miss by Dean and grabbed by Yakima Valley. Clough, he'll back away a little bit. Morsa, left side Jensen, only 2 points of the ball game for Yakima Valley, but there's a three good by Demetrius Trammell, the 6'2" sophomore out of Troup County High School in LaGrange, Georgia. And it's a 5-3 lead for Yakima Valley, their first lead of the ball game. Our first lead change, and they're going to go down low again. Oh, and they called him for a travel. I think they're heeding your advice. Get it to the big guy.
Yep, I think they want to go inside out. Big guy has good footwork down there. That time got a little bit ahead of himself. Joe
Gebrawat only averaging 8 points per ball game, but I got a feeling when the push comes to shove here, it's going to that will go up during the regular season.
Yeah.
Dribbling in, nice change of hands for Cameron Jensen.
Great move. Gave up baseline there. There's no help on the weak side, but that was a good change of hands. Nice left hand there.
Put it up and in, and it's a 5-point lead for Yakima Valley. Biggest lead of the game for either team, and going in kind of out of control there and nearly lost it out of bounds was Derek Dean, but retained down low again to Gebrawat. 13 to shoot, back out, inside, outside for a three that won't go by Jason Smar, and cleared out by Yakima Valley. Picking up a lot of rebounds here. Bounce pass left-hand side. Quick release, no good by Trammell for a three, and the rebound controlled by Shoreline. Here comes Derek Dean out of backcourt. Little burst of speed. He's got a little energy boost that he gets right about halfway between the two circles, and then he turns on the jets.
Yeah, just got to make a better decision there to get closer to the hoop.
Up fake once, reloaded and refired, and neither one would go. Cameron Jensen. Now here's Shoreline again. Lost his defender. Smar did. Back out for a three. It will go up, and it will go in by Derek Dean. Shot it, hit it.
That's good.
Go ahead.
Good play by Smar. Drove the baseline, found the open guy after the help. That's the best way to shoot the three is off penetration.
7-5 lead for Yakima Valley. Dual Yacht with the back to the basket. They'll work the perimeter left-hand side again to the baseline. Clough back out, top to Trammell. He goes through, splits two defenders, and then went to the floor, missed everything, and it's cleared out by Shoreline. Smar, yes.
Yep. Pushed the ball up the floor. Smar's a very good three-point shooter. Got his feet set. Nice pass up the side.
For a three and a lead for Shoreline at 8-7 with 14:58 to go here in the first half. Tyler Clough. Now to Morsa. They kind of play a little weave top of the key. 9 to shoot. Clough again. Now back to Morsa. Down to 4, down to 3. Shoots a 3. It won't go. High in the air. Got a battle for the rebound, and Smart will finally corral it. And here comes Shoreline, leading by 1, 8-7 on their home floor. League play in the NWAC begins next Saturday. We'll have it for you right here on STSPN. Skylar Kelly. Now Gebrewat again. Gebrewat lost the defender, and, well, you can't leave him by himself about anywhere on the floor, and he puts it up and puts it in, and it's a 3-point lead. Biggest lead of the game for Shoreline.
Another nice setup for Smar going baseline and find the open guy.
Now dribbling in. No, kicking it back out. That's a 3. Will not go for Trammell, and Smar will clear it. Jason Smar out of Edmonds Woodway kicks it up. He likes the assist for another 3. Left side, Skylar Kelly puts it in. You really should get an assist and a half if you assist on a 3, shouldn't you?
Yeah, and he's done that 3 times now where he's gotten by his guy off the bounce and find the open guy, and they're right in rhythm, catch and shoot.
Ray Funk wants a timeout. We'll step aside. 13:44 to go in the first half. 13-7 Shoreline with a 6-point lead. You're watching Shoreline Community College Basketball on STSPN.com. Thirteen minutes, 44 seconds ago, first half here at Shoreline. Yakima Valley got up by 5, and then Shoreline just flipped it right around, and a quick burst of energy there, and they get a 6-point lead here. So Ray Funk wanted to talk about things, try to settle his guys down. And here we go. Max Jones checks into the lineup. We'll talk about him as we go along this evening. Reverse lay and no good by Clough. Battle for the rebound is going to be won there by Devontae Luckett.
Luckett's been out with injury, and this is his first game back. He's a good player.
He's out of AC Davis. He was on that 2012 state championship team, Devontae Luckett. We saw them down at the Tacoma Dome. A couple of shots there by Yakima Valley. Everything misses, and here comes the Shoreline. Derek Dean kicks it down low. Gebrewat goes around 2 defenders and missed it, and the rebound's going to be taken by Luckett. You can see that he is one of the good players out there. And a follow-up, they're going to say 2. They're going to say it was going to be basket interference. Goaltending, basket interference there. So Yakima Valley finally breaks a scoreless drought there that they had. They were up by 5 and then went down by 6, so 11 ripped off there. I don't know if it was all in a row, but it was pretty darn close for Shoreline. Now Shoreline with it, leading by 4. 12:48 to go first half. Turnaround a jumper. That's going to be no good by Devin Jackson. Devin Jackson out of Juanita High School in Kirkland. And here comes Yakima Valley. They found some new energy after the timeout. Blocking foul is going to be called, even though he went flat to his back. Derek Dean's going to be whistled for the infraction there.
Yeah, there really wasn't anywhere to go. I thought it was a pretty good defensive play. Those are one of those bang
calls
are hard to judge.
At least once a game, we have to say it. Toughest call in basketball, right?
Yeah,
charge or block.
One. It is. I always like to give the benefit to the defense, but official didn't see it that way.
Cameron Jensen at the line. First one is good, and he will get another. The foul was whistled on Derek Dean. That's his first personal foul, first team foul.
I think Yakima Valley really is perimeter oriented, and they're looking to penetrate a lot off the dribble. I just think Shoreline needs to pack it in a little bit more. Contest shots, they'll be in good shape.
Next free throw good, 2-point lead. It was 6 a moment ago, so they've shaved 4 off of it. Shoreline has gone dry here the last couple of trips down the floor. See if they can get a 3 here. They do not. It's too long. Missed by Kwame Kang, and out of backcourt, here comes Yakima Valley. Boy, like a slalom skier down the lane he goes, and Devontae Luckett ties the ball game at 13.
Devontae Luckett looks pretty healthy right there.
Yeah, he was injured, but not very badly, I guess, because he was healed.
He's a good player. Coach is looking for him to really get going.
There's Smar. That turnaround release, no good, but his teammate grabs the rebound. Devin Jackson back out for an up fake once, twice. This is a 2-pointer up and good by Gadisa Margarza.
Nice play by Margarza. Get the up fake, 1 dribble pull up.
Now Yakima Valley with a 2-point deficit. Cameron Jensen on the dribble, splits a couple of defenders and lays it up and in, and we're tied at 15.
Nice one-on-one move by Jensen. I'm not sure Jensen, if he can shoot the three a little bit, he's at 32%. It's pretty good one-on-one skills right there.
Out between the circles, that is Skylar Kelly, and then he feeds it to the right-hand side. No good by Margarsa, and a foul on the rebound. And I think they're going to get Jason Smar for pushing on the back. It will be Smar with the foul. That's his first personal foul, second team foul. 15-15 tie, 11 minutes and 14 seconds to go. First half at Shoreline.
Okay, it looks like Shoreline's going 2-3 zone. They're giving up a lot of penetration, so coach is going to pack it in a little bit, make them shoot it.
And see if Coach Ray Funk will say, well, let's just shoot it up there and see if it'll go in. Trammell now deep in the corner, right side. Well, it went about three-quarters. He should get a couple of points out of that anyway for how deep it went. It was a miss by Jensen. Then an answer on the other end is going to be a blocked there.
Good-looking block by number 1.
Yeah, Demetrius Trammell got the block. Here's Luckett with it. A 15-15 tie. Darnell Berry also in there out of Franklin High School. Somebody fell down, and the shot goes down by Max Jones out of Davis High School as well. Averages 19 points per ball game. He was originally committed to Lewis Clark State. Did not go there and stayed home in Yakima.
It's a good pull-up bank shot right there.
Now Shoreline down by 2. And we're going to have a travel called, a turnover, violation, and that'll give it right back over to Yakima Valley. 10 minutes, 9 seconds to go. First half, 17-15 lead for Yakima Valley. 3 lead changes, 3 ties in this ball game. Shoreline is led by as much as 6. Yakima Valley is led by as much as 5 here. And we're just coming up on the halfway point of the first half. Max Jones, nice dump down low, but then can't complete it underneath. A miss by Marquise Clark. Ball went out of bounds. Last touch by Shoreline. Yakima retains possession.
Nice play by Max Jones. Dumping it off there. Clark's just got to finish that one.
Quickly on the inbounds. Goes to Jones. Jones will run into a defender, so he says, well, I'll get rid of it anyway. And Darnell Berry with it. Out between the circles. 20 to shoot. Back out Jones. NBA 3 will skim off. No good. Rebound Devin Jackson. Lets the ball just kind of roll forward, and it goes all the way out for Kwame Kang. Now to Jackson again. Out on top, backing up for the 3 that will go. He kind of took a picture of it as it went up and in, and Devin Jackson drains the 3 ball.
He definitely wanted to shoot a 3 there. He had to back up 4 feet to get the 3 ball.
You look down and wait till you backed across the line before you shoot the ball.
Those are tough shots to make. Your momentum's going backwards. That was a good shot.
Nice backdoor down inside. And Marquise Clark, let me give you some advice. If Marquise Clark is going down the lane, get out of the way.
He's a big boy.
He's a big kid. Marquise Clark out of Natomas High School in Sacramento, 6'3" sophomore. He looks more like a middle linebacker.
Yeah. Tell you, Max Jones has a good feel for the game. That's the second time he's dropped a dime in there to Clark coming off the dribble.
The foul was on Shoreline's Devin Jackson. That's his first personal foul. Third team. Will we be... No, not tied. It's a 19-18 lead for the Yakima Valley Yaks. 5 lead changes in this ball game. Shoreline with the basketball. No, you know, I thought so. They just changed the clock up there. It's 18-18. I thought, and now it just made it 20-18. So they've been kind of putting up points while people are dribbling the ball. I'm just watching.
Good play by Darnell Berry, getting the steal and the lay-in.
So getting the paperwork right, 20-18, Yakima Valley with the lead. Will it be different? No. The miss going to be off the rim, no good by Skylar Kelly. And then a foul is going to be called. Gadisa Margarsa will pick up the foul there off that rebound. And for Margarsa, that is his first personal foul and the 4th team foul. So out of bounds now for Yakima Valley, leading by 2, 8:22 to play here in the first half. Working it, top of the key. Jones at the foul line. He'll go to Trammell. Back to Jones. Pulls up from 10, won't go. And cleared out by Shoreline on the break. Here comes Jackson going in, laying good. Devin Jackson, little energy boost there, and he ties the ball game at 20-20.
Nice pass ahead by Kwame Kang, seeing the open court.
Stutter step move. Darnell Berry pulls up, shoots, a 2, won't go. Jackson struggles and finally very persistent and finally gets the rebound. And a timeout called by Shoreline. We step aside with 7 minutes and 37 seconds to go in the first half. We're all tied up. It's Shoreline 20, Yakima Valley 20. This is Shoreline Community College basketball on STSPN.com. Well, there's a few folks here in the gym at Shoreline. You know, it's January. Nate
it is
said,
January.
During the break, Nate said December 2nd. We flipped the calendar.
Yes, we did.
But you're still out of school, right?
We're out of school, yeah. It's been a couple weeks. My mind's out of school, too.
Nate, the athletic director at Mariner High School. That's like herding cats some days, too, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it is. Just a part of my job as assistant principal there.
So here we go. Shoreline and Yakima Valley, a 20-20 tie with about 7.5 to go in the first half. Jason Smar out of Edmonds Woodway High School.
Yakima comes out in a 2-3 zone, change it up a little bit.
Now here's a turnaround right at 0 on the clock. They shoot. They're going to say no. It will be a shot clock violation. That's a turnover, and it goes right back to Yakima Valley.
Good coaching move there by Coach Funk, switching up the defenses after the timeout.
So the Yaks bring it up in their gray uniforms, moving to our left, Yakima Valley. Max Jones now to Barry. They kind of like that weave top of the key, just back and forth, 10 to shoot. Jones with it, tries to lose a defender. Oh, they're going to say hand check foul, is that what they're saying?
Yeah.
2 hands on the body. They're going to whistle this one on Derek Dean, the 6'2 freshman for Shoreline. His second personal foul, 5th team foul. So out of bounds for Yakima. And they'll get it to Morsa. Now to Jones. Down low, Jones gets it into Devontae Luckett. He got hammered from behind. A couple of players were there, and I think they're going to get, Devin Jackson will be there. Second personal and the 6th team foul, but free throws coming up here for Devontae Luckett. As you mentioned, been injured his first game back, just in time for league play, which begin next week. First one is going to be no good.
Substitution for Shoreline number 20, Skylar Kelly returned to replace Jackson.
Yakima Valley they'll play tomorrow at Bellevue, so while they're over here, they will get a couple of games in on this side of the mountains tomorrow at Bellevue, and then they'll open league play at Big Bend at 4 o'clock next Saturday. Shoreline plays next Saturday. They'll host Bellevue here at 4 o'clock. We'll have that for you on STSPN. Doubleheader, women and men, next Saturday at 2 o'clock and at 4 o'clock. 21-20 lead for Yakima Valley. We've had 5 lead changes in this ball game. Shoreline with it now, moving to our right in their white uniforms. The home team here this afternoon. And a turnaround jumper with 5 in the shot clock is going to be no good. Putback is going to be up, and it is going to be good. Jason Smart got the rebound off the miss by Skylar Kelly, and it's back to a 1-point lead for the Shoreline Dolphins here on their home floor. They work it down low. They just kept packing down lower and lower and lower. Then, just like I said, get out of the way. Marquise Clark is going to the rack, and he went up and put it in and makes it a 23-22 lead for Yakima Valley. And now dribbling through down to his back side is Skylar Kelly. And he drew the foul. And they're going to this one, Devontae Luckett with the foul, the 6'2 sophomore out of A.C. Davis High School in Yakima, his first personal second team foul.
Yakima came out in a 2-2-1 full court press, back 2-3 zone again. One of the things that you give up in the zone sometimes is the offensive rebound. Smar got that board last time for the putback. They got to make sure they box out if they go zone.
First free throw good. We're tied at 23. And he'll get another. Next one, good. So back to a lead for Shoreline. Seesaw battle here. 8 lead changes in this ball game. Yakima Valley, Max Jones. He'll pull up and he'll miss. Kept alive by Shoreline. Tap to Smar. He'll wait for everybody to join him in front court, and they'll set up the half-court offense. Little give and go, back and forth, and who's got the open shot? And there it is. That's a 3-ball up and good by Derek Dean out of Bishop Blanchette High School. And back now to a 4-point lead for Shoreline. They've led by as much as 6 points in this ball game.
That's one way to get them out of the zone, is hit a couple threes. They have some shooters out on the court right now.
Luckett had it closed off at the baseline. They'll head back out and reset the half-court offense for Yakima Valley. 10 to shoot. Working left side, Morsa. 5 to shoot now. So up goes the ball. Missing is a shot by Barry, kept alive by Shoreline. Here comes Jason Smar. Just about knocked off his feet as he was driving in. He knew it was coming, so he just kind of kept his momentum toward the hoop, and he'll get a couple of free throws coming up here.
Good job using his strength there to get around the corner.
Morsa picks up the foul, his first personal foul, and only the third team foul on Yakima Valley. First free throw, no good by Jason Smar, and he will get another. Smar, a 78% shooter at the free throw line. Leads the team in minutes played here in 2015, now into 16. Next one on the way, and it is missed them both. Is he 0 for 4? Did he miss 2 at the beginning? No, somebody else did. Derek Dean did earlier on. Got to hit those free throws. Max Jones for Yakima Valley. Down by 4 are the Yaks. They have led by as much as 5 in this ball game, and here's a steal. It's going to be grabbed by Shoreline. Margarza has it. Now he fed off. They're going to call the block inside the restricted area. In fact, Nate, we kind of talked about that before the ball game. We watch a lot of high school ball, but one of the differences is that half circle that's drawn on the floor at both NBA and in college, and that's really pretty much you're either here or you're not.
Right. It makes it a little more defined down there. Some of the contact that takes place underneath the rim can be pretty brutal in college and the NBA, so they had to put the circle in. That was another call that could have gone either way, I think. But, again, it was consistent with the first call at the other end.
First free throw good. Second free throw is good, and that is a 6-point lead, equaling Shoreline's biggest lead of the ball game. 29-23, 4:10 to play, first half. Jones goes to Jensen, left wing, 18 to shoot. Back over to Marquise Clark. He has the ball stripped away from him. He was going to go between a couple of defenders, and one of those defenders, Derek Dean, says, you know what, I'll take that from you as you pass by. So Smar in the corner for Shoreline, looking for their biggest lead of the game. Can they do it? They dump it down low. Gebrawat has it. He's double-teamed there at the baseline. Somebody's got to be open, and nearly losing it out of bounds there was Margarza. Back out with 10 seconds to shoot, and the fadeaway is up and good by Skylar Kelly.
Shoreline does a good job of finding the open man. They're very unselfish, and even though that took a couple extra passes maybe, they found the open guy.
8-point lead, biggest lead of the game for Shoreline. 3:20 to play in the first half. Cameron Jensen out of Morsa. They'll work around the perimeter of the three-point circle. 8 to shoot. Now to Jensen. Up fakes once, goes in a little bit closer. He'll put up about a 17-footer, won't go. Tap up almost went in there, and that was tapped up by Shoreline. Would have been an own goal. Going in, tap up once, no. Second time, Marquise Clark, yes. Puts it up and in, and it's 31-25. 6-point lead.
Great hustle by Clark, getting a hand on the loose ball and then going back and getting the tip in.
2:44 to play in the first half. 31-25 Shoreline. Gebrawat, nicely done. Beautiful pass by Derek Dean.
Yep, great pick and roll, well executed.
You know what? That's Summers in the gym, isn't it?
Yep.
Where you know the guy's where he's going.
Yep.
So here we go. Dribbling in, Tyler Clough. That's closed off there. Dean does a nice job there, but they lose the defender gets lost on that one, and going in, laying it up again is Marquise Clark.
Good pass by Morsa, finding the open guy.
33-27 lead. Shoreline with the basketball with the lead on their home floor. 2 minutes to play. Looking for Gebrawat, and Max Jones says, I'll take that right away from you. Thank you very much, Skylar Kelly. See you later. Up the floor they go. Dump it back out. Morsa in the corner to Clough. He'll think better of it, and they'll back away. Set up half-court offense. 15 to shoot. Boy, taking that extra 5 seconds off really shortened up the time, didn't it?
It does.
You didn't think you'd notice it, but you really, really do. Now that's Jones with 3 on the shot clock. Put up an air ball, no good, but it's going to be air ball taken down by Derek Dean. Tries to go the length of the floor, lost it out of bounds. They can say no foul there, and he lost it out of bounds. Probably should have passed it off.
Yeah, I think Margarza was open in the corner here. Should have kicked it, had a wide open 3. And he's going to sit by coach.
Yeah. But you kind of get tunnel vision, don't you?
Yeah.
There's the hoop, and here I am.
Yeah. These teams are very unselfish for the most part, both well coached.
Donald Brady, the second-year head coach of Shoreline. Their team leads it 33-27 over Yakima Valley. 11th season for Ray Funk over for the Yaks. Coming up on 1 minute to play right now. 1 minute to play, 8 to shoot. Marquise Clark rims off, no good. Smar grabs the rebound for Shoreline. They lead it by 6. Down to 50 seconds to go. Margarza puts it up, won't go. Clark grabs the rebound. Outlet pass up the floor, broken up by Smar and out of bounds. So it will still be Yakima Valley possession with 28 to shoot. 42 on the game clock here till halftime.
This is a situation where they could do a 2-for-1. Get 2 shots up for 1.
Yeah.
So see if they do that, if they're thinking that way.
So they'll work it.
Doesn't look like it.
Top of the key, Cameron Jensen. Up fake once, up fake twice, won't go. They doesn't get rid of the ball, but Jones will with 10 on the shot clock. Shot clock's dead now. The offensive rebound back up, no good by Clough. And here comes Jensen. Behind the back, beautifully done for the lay-in on the other end by Devin Jackson. That's just showing off right there, isn't it?
I think it was the only thing he could do in that
That's
situation, but it was a great play, very athletic.
Yeah, but somebody's got to play defense on Marquise Clark. You're congratulating yourself for the beautiful play earlier, and you let it go. And we are at halftime. The coaches are up talking. They think there's some time left, and they should have stopped the clock.
Under 1 minute.
Under 1 minute.
Yes.
And I don't think they did.
Probably 3 seconds left.
So let's go back and set up Jason Smar again when he came, and it almost looked like showboating, but really he had the defender in front of him, right?
Yeah, and I think it was kind of losing handle of the ball, and he just flicked it behind his back, and it landed in stride for the lay-in. It was a good play.
9/10 of a second. They'll get it on the inbounds. Clark lays it up and in.
Good play.
Wow. And who was asking for more time? Was it Shoreline asking for more time?
It was.
Be careful what you wish for. That's just a bad Christmas present.
Yeah, that was interesting.
You got the bad end of the stick at the White Elephant Exchange.
You did. That was a great play to get the shot up with 9/10 of a second.
Yeah. The players have left. The officials are still talking about it. But again, in college ball, we've talked about, we watch so much high school, but in college ball, 1 minute to go, or less, you stop the clock after a bucket.
After Maids, yeah. Give the team an opportunity to push the ball to the other end of the floor.
And so they asked for the time, and they put it up, and Marquise Clark hit it. And so we are at halftime here, and our score 35-31, a 4-point lead for Shoreline. And more coming up here. You're watching Shoreline Community College basketball on STSPN.com. To the Shoreline Community College Gymnasium in Shoreline, Washington. And it is Shoreline Community College basketball. Tom Lafferty along with Nate Duchesne here at the half. 35-31. Shoreline with the lead over Yakima Valley. A little bit, we come into a game, Nate Duchesne, and suddenly there's controversy at the end of the first half. So let's take a look at the play as it happened at the end, and then we'll get a comment on it. So here's the way that the play came up. Right at the end of that first half.
I think it was the only thing you could do in that situation, but it was a great play, very athletic.
And then Yakima Valley comes down, they go underneath, they get the bucket, and then the ball goes out of bounds. The clock should be stopped. Shoreline inbounds it, and then the horn goes off. And then they go back, and the officials talk about it. Yes, the clock should have stopped. In college ball, the clock stops under 1 minute at the end of a bucket. But then they awarded the basketball to Yakima Valley with 9/10 of a second to go. Yakima Valley with 9/10 to go inbounds it, and they get a bucket. The question then is, why does Yakima Valley have the ball after they just made a basket?
Yeah, that's what's confusing to me. Shoreline should have the ball going the other way with how much time was left when Yakima's previous bucket was made. I don't know if they said that he stepped on the line and they gave the ball back to Yakima at that point. I'm not sure if that was the call, but it appears that they gave the ball to the wrong team, and Yakima had a 4-point play.
Yeah, because they got the bucket, and then Derek Dean kind of had the ball, went out and retrieved it, dropped it, came back, and now did they say he stepped out of bounds? But at that point, the official, he's going to inbound it and goes in, and there's the 9/10, and it goes up and in. And so with 9/10 of a second, they got a basket, which was nicely done. We'll have to see down the road if that is really going to affect how this ball game ends up. We're getting ready for the second half. Shoreline, pretty balanced scoring. 7 for Devin Jackson. Gebrawat was 6 points. Derek Dean was 6 points. 5 for Jason Smar. For the Yakima Valley Yaks, 11 points, Marquise Clark. 8 points for Cameron Jensen, 5 for Demetrius Trammell. And we'll take a look at some of the other stats here as we go along, see if anything jumps off the page at you. Underway, Shoreline with the basketball in the 4-point lead. And we were also wondering whether or not they could have come in with media on site, with video on site, whether they could make that a correctable like they do when you watch the end of a college game and as they go underneath Geberwatt. You watch a college game on ESPN, sometimes it takes 10 minutes for the guys to go over and look at the monitor.
Yeah, I don't know if the refs wanted to climb up here in the bleachers to look at it.
When Jay Billis says, hey, they're going to go look at the monitor, okay, it's time to go get a sandwich.
Yeah.
Because this is going to take a while. Dual Yacht will put it up and in. Got it inside him. Anything else jump off the halftime stat page at you?
I always like to look at rebounds. It's very even. Shoreline 19, Yakima 18, and also how many free throw attempts. Shoreline 8 and Yakima 6. So it's pretty even.
There's a travel for Skylar Kelly, and we were talking about at the half. In between times, we were talking about whether or not Shoreline got screwed by the referees. Was how low scoring this game is.
Yeah, it is.
You're looking at usually 90-90 at the end of the regulation time, and it's only 35 points.
Yeah, some of the NWAC teams really like to get the ball up, take a lot of shots. These teams are pretty well coached. They both have set offense they try to run in, and the shot clock's gone down to 10 seconds, so a lot of possessions.
Yeah. Cameron Jensen got that steal, got the penetration. Now he'll kick it to Clough, dribbling his way, trying to dribble across the baseline. Now he throws it off of a player. Oh, they're going to say, well, Clough, it didn't work.
Yeah, Clough got himself in trouble there.
He was in some distress underneath there.
Yep.
So turn it over, Shoreline.
Let's see if Shoreline goes back inside. They were in the first half.
Yeah, Geberwatt, they liked him down low. They're not going to this time. It's going to be Derek Dean launching a three, won't go. And here comes the Yaks. Clough, he likes it down there in the forest, doesn't he?
Yeah. He might want to think about kicking that to somebody when he gets in there. Big difference of halftime stat is shooting percentages. Shoreline shooting 52% to 38 for Yakima. Yakima is able to hang in there because Shoreline had some turnovers.
First free throw is going to be good for Clough. The foul was whistled on Derek Dean, his third personal foul, first team foul. So third personal for Dean, still out on the floor. Next one by Clough is good and pulls Yakima Valley to within 2. Yakima Valley has led by as much as 5 in this ball game. Shoreline is led by as much as 8 in the game. And it's 2 right now for Shoreline as we're just over 2 minutes into the second half. And into the lane, putting it up from about 12 feet away or so. Up and in. Good by Gadisa Margarza out of Nathan Hale High School. Also did the long jump, triple jump, and 4x100 when he was in high school as well. So he's got some speed.
That was a nice pull-up jump shot. He's hit a couple of mid-range pull-ups, and that's a nice shot.
This is not mid-range.
Deep three.
That's 3 points in the NBA right there.
Yep.
Chris Morsa gives Yakima Valley, pulls Yakima Valley to within 1 at 39-38. We talk about it during our high school radio broadcast. The mid-range jumper has gone away. The way of the dodo bird.
Yeah, it really has. It's a shot you have to work on, and a lot of kids don't like to work on that.
Well, Clough, it worked that time. He went to his wallet and then put it up and in, and that is back to a lead for Yakima Valley, their first lead in quite a little while, our 9th lead change of the ball game, and it's 40-39 for the Yaks. Here's a pass to, I think that's Floyd Campbell, but the problem is he's wearing a striped shirt. Doesn't match either one of the other teams. And so back the other way, and here comes Yakima Valley with the lead. They'll work it right side. Another deep three, that's an air ball.
That one, the difference between that one and the previous one, that one was contested.
Yeah.
There was a hand in his face. The other one, he was wide open. It's all about shot selection.
Yeah, Chris Morsa shot that from about Grants Pass, Oregon, where he's from.
Yeah.
What does Dean say? He says, see, that's how you do it, except he missed it. Then he almost got his own rebound, but his teammate Mark Garza did get it, and a reset on the shot clock for Shoreline. Down by 1, 40-39. Gebrawat gets down low. Dual Yacht is on him, and he's going to pick up the foul.
In my opinion, they need to keep going inside and get some threes through inside out, throwing it back out to them when they're in rhythm. But they've had a hard time with Gebrawat when he's gotten the ball down there.
Out of Shorecrest High School, Gebrawat will be at the free throw line. First one no good. Yacht with the foul, his first personal foul, first team foul of the second half against Yakima Valley. Missed the first, made the second, and ties the ball game. It's 40-40, our fifth tie of the game. Now here come the Yaks. Clough. Now this time they'll work the perimeter a little bit. Trammell. Yacht. Left-hand side, up fake was Jensen. 12 to shoot. They're looking for a Yacht down low. Finally, they will give him a bounce pass. He'll turn and face, put it off the side of the backboard. No good. And the rebound controlled by Margarza. And now Shoreline with the basketball. Shoreline moving to our left here in the second half in their home white jerseys, trimmed in dark green and black. Gadisa Margarza out of Nathan Hale. Swings it right side to Skylar Kelly. Back out to Margarza. His three won't go. Tap up by Smar won't go. Clough grabs the rebound. Other end no good. Trammell blocked partially out of there. Shoreline with the block and Shoreline with the basketball. Dean with it. Pull up from the foul line. Won't go. Short-armed it. No good. And rebound controlled by Marsa.
That was a great hustle by Margarza, getting back for that block.
Clough. Now he does go around one defender. Puts it up. Won't go. Suddenly Yakima Valley's gone cold here in the second half. We're tied at 40 with 14:45 to play in the first or second half, and a timeout on the floor called by Shoreline. We'll take a break. 14:45 to go in the second half. A 40-40 tie between Yakima Valley and Shoreline. You're watching Shoreline Community College basketball on STSPN.com. Welcome back here to Shoreline Community College. Nate, you're talking about the Shoreline Dolphins. Donald Brady calling that timeout. You thought well-timed.
Yeah, they've been playing good defense. They haven't been able to capitalize at the offensive end. I think he wants to settle them down a little bit and maybe work on better shot selection.
What does that entail in the huddle? Hey, guys, take better shots?
Yeah, I think maybe go. I think you'll see him go inside here.
Go inside to the big guy. That's kind of been our theme, hasn't it? For most of this game when Gebrawat's been in there.
They've
and they're going to say off the foot of Yakima Valley's Cameron Jensen. So Jason Smart kind of went in there like a bull in a china closet. I'm not sure he knew what the result was going to be once he entered, but it's going to be a retained possession with 10 to shoot, and then a dribble drive in, no good by Margarza, and the putback up by Jason Smar. He's a heady player, Jason Smar.
He's a good player. I think they need to get him more involved in the offense as well, and it looked like Coach had him ISO'd to drive to the hoop.
Averaging 17 points per ball game during the regular year. He's got 7 in this ball game thus far. 14-10 to play in the ball game. A 42-40 lead for Shoreline. Our 10th lead change of the game, but that's going to be our 11th lead change for a 2-ball up and in by Yakima Valley. Up and in. Jensen. And I was looking at Jensen. I was looking down on my score sheet from the previous bucket, and Jensen has 10 points.
That was a good pull-up from the three-point line. That's not an easy shot.
Now Shoreline will sub in. Kwame Kang will come in, and Derek Dean will go to the bench. Gebrewat, you can't go to the side of the big guy when he's over getting Gatorade.
No. Yakima's picked the pressure up in the full court, and Shoreline throws it away.
They do. Thrown away by Devin Jackson right to the baseline, so a baseline inbounds here for Yakima Valley. That is going to be 10 turnovers on Shoreline in this ball game.
Yeah, this is a smaller team out here for Yakima, so they can pick up the pressure a little bit and try to force some turnovers.
Max Jones back out there, but here's a 2. We're going to have a foul on a 3. That's always been my contention. Devontae Luckett went down. He's going to be at the free throw line. He's going to shoot 3. That's the guy that gets fouled a lot, is that wing three-point guy. Even with three-man mechanics, you don't see that one.
Yeah, that was a smart offensive play. I don't think there was a lot of contact, but he threw his feet underneath the guy who jumped, and he sold that one.
Well, and the player you coached, Ryan Appleby, he used to just get, we always kind of joke about it with other officials, axe murdered out there after he took the 3 because everybody's looking at the flight of the ball and the battle for the rebound, and he's out there laying in a heap out beyond the three-point line.
There's definitely different views with three-man mechanics. We had two-man mechanics back 10, 15 years ago, so...
they see the floor better, but then they have their own areas to cover, and I think it's tougher on the officials as well.
Yeah,
Jason Smart kicks it back out. A running jumper won't go. Shoreline just gone ice cold here the last few trips down the floor. It's a 42-42 tie, and here comes the Yakima Yaks for a 3 that will not go. That's going to be a miss there by Chris Morsa, controlled by Shoreline.
Smart's being a little bit too unselfish. I think he needs to look for a shot a little bit more, especially when he drives.
Yeah, take the ball to the hole and put it in. Don't worry about the other guys, right?
He's strong.
Right there, he just clubbed Clough, and he is still down on the floor after the miss, and I think it was inadvertent.
Yeah.
He didn't turn around and mean to accidentally elbow him right in the chops, but he did. But he ended up doing it.
He just ripped through to face the basket, and chin got in the way.
Let's talk a little bit about what I just mentioned, where you in high school, Coach Ryan Appleby, about coaching a star, coaching a guy that he's going to play next year. He's going to play for Florida. He's going to play. Does it make a difference in the dynamic of your team? Does it have to do with the other guys on the team? How does it work?
I think it depends a lot about what kind of person he is. And Ryan was our hardest worker. He was in the gym at 5:30 every morning, getting shots up, working on his ball handling. And his teammates respected that. And I think a player like that's respected, he's going to bring everybody's game to a higher level.
And we talked about it this year with Jacob Eason, quarterback at Lake Stevens, and talking to their athletic director, Jason Pearson, about coaching a star or having a star on your team or in your school. Well, we used him as much as he used us.
Yeah.
We got our band and our cheerleaders on TV.
Yep. I mean, they had ESPN on their campus.
Right.
Seahawks are showing up, giving him the National Player of the Year award. There's a lot of benefits to it, too. And he's just like Appleby, hard worker, good kid. And I think there's no jealousy there amongst his teammates because he's a good person.
And talk about when you're as a high school coach, and it's a 42-42 tie here. It's they play on between Shoreline and Yakima Valley. As a coach, when you're fielding calls from people that you watch on TV, when Billy Donovan is calling you, and when the coaches out of UCLA and Indiana and everybody else, it's a little different, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a little different. They're people, and they're trying to. It's fun for about an hour, and then after a while, it gets a little bit old. But it's. I was on the other side of that too, so it was good to go through it a little bit with some of my players as a high school coach, and then knowing when to call and what are types of things that are important information to get out of high school coaches. Anymore, the AAU coaches too are a big part of the recruiting process.
Well, the game ball got stuck at the top of the basket, the backboard, so they got that out.
The refs won for 3 so far, trying to get the ball out.
I thought he was going to bonk himself, go into the concussion protocol after you bonk yourself in the head with a basketball, trying to get the other basketball down.
Yeah.
It's a 42-42 tie. Full court pressure by Yakima Valley. Up the floor comes Shoreline to get it across the timeline with 20 to shoot. They'll swing it corner and think better of it and set up for the half-court offense.
The press is really taking Shoreline out of their continuity, out of their comfort zone.
This fadeaway will go.
Good shot.
Mark Garza, 6-foot freshman, averaging 7.8 points per ball game, and he's got 6 points tonight. And the answer at the other end, 33, DeAndre Kambala lays it up and in. First time we've seen him tonight out of Bishop Gorman High School. You've heard of that high school. Here's Gebrewat, a little sandbag action for Gebrewat. Says, I'll just meet you back here when you're on the return trip.
Yeah, it was a good read by, let's see, you got to get the names down here. Devin Jackson looking up the floor. They had 5 guys about half court and found him deep all alone.
And they're going to count the bucket. And so, yeah, he had to wind up for that one. He had to throw the, but the 35-yard slant pattern. Second personal foul whistled here against Devontae Luckett. Third team foul. Gebrewat at the free throw line. Won't go. The lead is 2 for Shoreline. And another foul in back court. Just as they were coming up the floor, they'll whistle this one on Skylar Kelly, his first third team. 11 minutes and 17 seconds to go in the game. And a 2-point lead for Shoreline. Yakima Valley with the basketball. Darnell Berry. Now Jensen. Jensen turns the corner, and Smar says, I'll take it, as he kind of dribbled it a little bit off his knee and foot. And Jason Smar brings it across the timeline and then closed off there. But he finds his teammate. Underhanded lay-in will not go for Skylar Kelly. He goes to the floor, and he'll go to the free throw line with a couple of free throws coming up here. I think they're going to get Cameron Jensen. They do. His second personal foul, 4th team foul. And Skylar Kelly out of Shadle Park High School will go to the free throw line. Free throw will not go. Kelly, number 7 all-time Greater Spokane League in reception, 97 career receptions.
Wow.
On a very good Shadle Park team a few years ago.
Was that when Rippon was quarterback in Shadle
Park? Now you're showing your age, Coach.
Oh, okay.
Well, those of us who remember Rippon.
He had a son, though, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Where did he play?
He may have been a Shadle,
I thought he was
too.
a Shadle.
That could be.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you were doing the other Rippon.
No.
Mark, his son.
Yeah, maybe his son.
Underneath again, Kelly.
Kelly's a little more athletic than he looks.
Yeah.
He's got a little explosion to him and does a good job getting to the basket.
47-44 the lead for Shoreline, and he missed everything that time. Put up an air ball, and it'll be turned right back over to Yakima Valley. So Kelly will go to the bench. I think you're out of gas when you put up an absolute air ball, so we'll put him on the bench for a while, and here we go. Yakima Valley down by 3. They have the rock. Moving to our right in their gray uniforms. Marquise Clark will face. Still with it. Now bounces it. Then a whistle. And out of bounds. I guess it was kicked. It was kicked and they reset to 15. Nicely defended at the baseline by Shoreline, so denied them the baseline. So down to 8 to shoot. Yakima Valley down to 5, down to 4. So that means, well, let's launch one. And he puts it up and misses. That's a miss by Darnell Berry. And a blocking foul is going to be called.
I'm not sure there's anything more frustrating as a coach by playing great defense for 28 seconds and then giving up an offensive rebound.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the shot you want them to take, and then you don't get a body on somebody, they get the ball back. Then you foul them. That's rough.
Kwame Kang, first personal, fourth team. Inside, Marquise Clark. What did I say? Get out of the way. When he's on his way to the rack, get out of the way.
Clark knows how to use his body. That was a good move. Good drop step.
1 point lead for Shoreline, and they have the basketball. Inside 10 minutes now to play in the game. On top, Smar. Right side, Dean. Now to Gebrewat. close at the baseline, spins around Clark. That's the way to do it. If he won't move out of your way, just go around. Go around the long way.
Left hand, good touch around the basket. Again, if they go into him, he gets good post position. That's hard to stop, and then he can kick it back out if he gets double teamed.
Timeout called on the floor by Yakima Valley. It's 49-46 Shoreline leading Yakima Valley. This is Shoreline Community College Basketball on STSPN.com. We are live today at Shoreline Community College. We're back with you 1 week from tonight. Actually, it's a doubleheader 1 week from today, next week. STSPN.com for Bellevue and Skagit, or Bellevue and Shoreline here. 2 o'clock for the women, 4 o'clock for the men here on STSPN.com 1 week from today on Saturday, the 9th of January. Yakima Valley called the timeout. Max Jones, out of the timeout, will shoot a 3 ball that will not go, but a foul called off of the rebound. Derek Dean says, "What? Me?" Yep.
That was actually a good box out by Dean, and Yakima player went through him to try to get the ball.
So you're saying you don't like the call?
I'm not going to say that on the record, but it was a questionable call. Let's say that.
Fourth personal, 15.
Big call with 9 minutes to go. See what happens here.
Yeah, Dean has to go out. Marquise Clark will put it up. He won't get it. High in the air, grabbing the rebound, then kind of forcing it back up. No good by Luckett. Saved again by Luckett out of bounds. With 28 to shoot, Max Jones has it for Yakima Valley.
Getting a little physical in there.
Yeah, Clark has it. Back out of top again for Barry. He'll shoot. That's a 2 from 17. No good. I'll tell you what, Skylar Kelly and DeAndre Kambala, it looked like an MMA match there for a second.
Yeah.
Trying to grab the rebound.
Kambala's not afraid to use his body, that's for sure.
Yeah, and Kambala is going to pick up the foul. But I'll tell you, it was Kelly and Kambala just really, really going at it.
Yep.
Trying to find some position. Now Marquise Clark. Told you it's an MMA fight. I don't think there's blood or something. No, they're going to say play on.
He lost his contact.
Yeah, this could get really physical here next. Oh, they're going to
Shot clock.
Shot clock with 27 on the shot clock. So they're going to reset that. Inbounds at the side here by Jason Smar. Max Jones will go to the bench. So here we go. Yeah, like you said, this could get very physical here heading down to the end. They've been kind of just little light taps up and down here this first about 30 minutes of the game, and this last 10 is going to be very interesting. Smar's doing the math. Smar, no one to pass to, so it's what the heck, I'll just shoot it from 15.
Smar needs to look for a shot. He definitely needs to look for it. I think he's going to have a big 8 minutes here.
That's 5-point lead now for Shoreline. That's 9 points for Jason Smar. Averages 16.9, just about 17 points per ball game. 5 rebounds and 2 steals a game. Darnell Berry now to Marquise Clark. He likes it. He likes it inside. Doesn't mind it outside either. That's a 2 inside the stripe.
He's having a good game.
3 points the lead for Shoreline. Inside 8 minutes to play. Mark Garza. Now Kang. There's Kelly. Nice body control there. Picks up the foul.
Good job drawing the foul. Beat him on the baseline. Hung in the air a little bit. Drew some contact. Good smart play.
We were talking before the game about the where are you at looking for shooting percentage 2 versus 3? What are you looking at percentage-wise that you need to see?
Well, if you think about percentage-wise, if you're shooting 50% from 2, you need to shoot about 33% from 3. So I would say 36, 37% from 3, you're doing pretty well. If you're up near 40, that's great.
Yeah. And you're talking as a team or individual, either way?
Individual or team,
okay.
Yeah. You obviously want to shoot over 50% from 2 and 3 combined. But I think shooting around, high 30s, 40% from 3 is pretty good.
Darrell Berry has just about triple teamed there. Marquise Clark with it, puts it up with the right hand. Nicely done. Little soft hands there by Marquise Clark. And it's a 3-point lead for Shoreline. 7 minutes and 5 seconds to play in the basketball game.
They're going to have to get up and put a hand up in Clark's face. He's being pretty comfortable around the free throw line there.
14 to shoot. Gebrawat against Clark, goes around him, puts it up too hard off the, but right there is Jason Smar. Smar is there, good position. One of the shorter guys on the floor, but he's in the right position. Count the bucket, and he'll go to the free throw line.
He's crafty. He got in there before the shot even was up, looking for the offensive board, and then gets the and one.
Third personal foul on Luckett. Devontae Luckett picked up that foul. 8th team foul. Free throw is good, and the lead is 6 points for Shoreline. They've led as much as 8 in this game. Yakima Valley's led by as many as 5. Corner Berry. Clark. Clark just goes around Gebrawat. Gebrawat says, you know what, you go ahead. See you on the other end.
Well, Gebrawat had to get a little tighter because he's hit a few 15-footers, and then he used the dribble to get by him. Smart play.
Clark with 19 points in this ball game. Pull-up jumper, that's a 2 inside the line. It's going to be a miss by Mark Garza and controlled by Yakima Valley. Luckett out of backcourt. Still on the dribble, stops. Barry gets a screen set there. Now he'll pull up and he'll shoot. He'll miss, and the rebound's going to be controlled by Shoreline. Dolphins out of backcourt. Smar squares and fires from about 23 feet and won't go. Ball went out of bounds. And so Jackson will come back in, and Gebrawat will go to the free throw line. Donald Brady, he likes his sub.
Yeah, he does.
You wonder if
nice.
maybe Gebrawat runs out of gas early.
Yeah, I mean, he's a big boy getting up and down the floor. This is a fairly quick-paced game.
Low scoring, though, for a community college game. Going in, laying it up and in is a Trammell. 56-54, 2-point lead for Shoreline. Now Kelly. Back out top to Margarza. Kang tried to shoot, blocked, I think, from behind by DeAndre Kambala. And so that will be out of bounds, and a chance for a 3-ball gives Yakima Valley the lead as we're coming up on 5 minutes to play in the game.
Yeah, it's a good game. 5 minutes to go. Can be anybody's game. Someone's going to have to step up here, make some shots.
So here we go. Tyler Clough. Kambala across the top of the key. There's a 3. Won't go by Trammell. Controlled here by Dean. Gets it to Smar. Got the ball off the glass. May have been partially blocked. But right there is Kelly. They're looking for a travel. The ball went out of bounds. Kelly, he's contending that one of the Yakima Valley Yaks touched it. I'm not so sure that's it, but what a job by him to grab that rebound, surrounded by 3 guys wearing gray.
Great offensive rebound. The 2 Shoreline guys let the ball go out of bounds because they thought it was touched. They should have just grabbed it. When in doubt, you should just grab the ball there.
Okay, Yakima Valley down by 2, 56-54, 4.5 minutes to play. Kambala looks for a clear, but he goes to Clark. He loses a couple of defenders, but finds somebody open in the corner for a 3. That's Trammell, no good. And Jason Smar right there again to grab the rebound. for the Dolphins.
Great pass by Clark, finding the open guy. Just might knock it down.
Derek Dean playing with 4 personal fouls. Changes direction. He goes around Clark, puts it up off the window too hard, no good. Rebound, Luckett out of backcourt. Here he comes. Puts up with the left hand and pushes Dean out of the way as he comes across the timeline. Right side it goes to Trammell. Now we'll go to Kambala in the corner. Here's a turnaround. Face and fire for Devontae Luckett, and we're tied at 56. So Devontae Luckett ties the ball game, and we're at 3:35 to play in the game. Anybody's ball game here on a Saturday afternoon in Shoreline. Skylar Kelly. Now to Smar at the low post, back to the basket, turns, faces, fires, won't go. Kept alive. 1 guy for Shoreline, 5 guys for Yakima. And a travel's going to be called on Yakima Valley. Shoreline will retain possession in their front court.
Tough call. That was a good hustle play by Kambala. He's come in and given him some energy in the second half. He's done a nice job defensively, rebounding and being physical.
So 30 on the shot clock. On the inbounds now, under the basket for Shoreline. Blocked from behind, and a foul is going to be called.
Smart did a great job there coming off that screener play and asking for the ball. I thought it was delivered a little later. He probably would have laid it in.
4th personal foul on Devontae Luckett. And that is the 9th team foul. And so 2 shots coming up here for Smar. Jason Smar, first free throw won't go. 6'3" sophomore out of Edmonds Woodway High School. You got to think a 4-year school's looking at him, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, definitely. He's I think he can play at the NAIA level for sure. 78% free throw shooter too.
And Shoreline back with a lead. That is our 12th lead change in this ball game. Now Yakima Valley down by 1. 3 coming up on 3-minute mark, and then nobody steps in front of Cameron Jensen, who lays it up and in, and it's back to a lead for Yakima Valley. Up by 1, 58-57. Now Shoreline, can they answer? Skylar Kelly, Smar. Now he'll start the dribble, 15 to shoot. 2:45 to play in the game. Down to 8 to shoot. Way out topside there is Margarza. Down to 5 to shoot. Left-hand side down to 2. He'll shoot. That'll be an air ball. Nothing. May have been partially blocked and grabbed by Marquise Clark. Here comes Yakima Valley.
That was good defense. A little bit too late to be looking to get a shot off. They got to shoot it sooner in the shot clock.
Right side, Jensen. Oh, lost it. Got tripped up and lost the basketball. Turned it over. He slaps the floor and says, darn it. So give it right back over to Shoreline. The lead is 1 for Yakima Valley. Shoreline Dolphins with the basketball. 2:21 to play in regulation time. And here come the Dolphins. And Gaberwatt checks back in for Shoreline. Look for the big guy. So says Nate Duchesne, my broadcast partner here this afternoon. Yep. Will they? Smar has it. There they do. There's Gaberwatt. Back to the basket. He gets just about double teamed, but he finds Smar open, and Smar will have to earn him at the free throw line. But here's where Jason Smar has got to hit the free throws.
Yeah, he's 78% shooter, so I'm sure he'll knock these down. That was a good play on Gaberwatt. He got double teamed there and saw the open man under the basket.
3rd personal foul on Cameron Jensen. 10th team foul, so in the double bonus. First free throw is good by Jason Smar. That ties the score at 58. The double bonus now the rest of the way for Shoreline. Only 5 team fouls whistled against Shoreline so far, so they don't even get the bonus here for another foul. 2:01 to play. Smar hits them both.
Clutch players hit free throws down the stretch. There's 2 minutes to go, and they're going to have some opportunities from the line, that's for sure.
13 lead changes in this ball game. 2 minutes to go. Here we go. Up the floor. Clough in the corner, Luckett. He'll kind of try to sidewind a pass in for Clark. Tried to force it in there. It didn't work, and the Shoreline will take the basketball with a 1-point lead. Minute 41 to play. they can take some time, and they will take a timeout with 1:39 to play in regulation time. Let's keep it right here as the timeout is called there by Coach Donald Brady of the Shoreline Dolphins. 59-58 the lead for Shoreline on their home floor. So we kind of know what Don Brady maybe is going to say. Let's talk about what is Coach Ray Funk going to say to his team as you're playing defense here with 22 on the shot clock.
Well, we'll see. I think they might try to mix something up. They might throw a trap out there, maybe zone one possession just to mix it up a little bit. Right now, if Geberwatt gets the ball down low, they have to help out, and he's finding the open man or he's scoring. On the other end of the floor, the last possession, they're trying to go down to Clark because he's had such a good game, and Kelly did a great job on the weak side reading that. So it's kind of come down to the two big guys. Offense is going through them.
So Geberwatt and Clark, and they're matched up against each other.
It's like it's man-to-man here. Here
we go. Shoreline in the inbounds. Derek Dean, playing with 4 personals, has it on the dribble. 15 to shoot. Margarza now to Smar. Smar looks to Dean. 9 to shoot. Dean still has it. Now to Smar again. 5 to shoot. In the corner, Kelly shoots a 3. Goes! Bang! It goes down, and a timeout called by Yakima Valley. Money shot right there.
Those are the kind of plays that, will allow you to play at the next level. Smar didn't try to force it. He's their leading scorer. He got the ball hard, went hard left. They helped. He found the open guy, trusted his teammate, knocked it down.
Now, when Coach Nate Duchesne drew up that play, did you draw that up for Kelly to shoot that shot?
No, that play was not drawn up, I guarantee you. I think they were trying to get the ball down low, but they did a good job of denying the ball. And then when the shot clock's winding down, good players make plays in the last 10 seconds.
And they recognize what's available to them, right?
And you just got to get somewhere and find the open guy, and Smar did that. And he did it several times in the first half, too. He's not just looking for his own shot, but he's an unselfish player. That was a great play.
And that makes it now a 4-point lead, so a 2-possession lead for Shoreline. Yakima Valley now will bring it up.
Plenty of time left. They don't need to throw up a quick 3 here. Just get a good shot.
Jensen, give it up to Barry. Barry dribbles through a little traffic. Need to get a shot, though. Down to 17 to go. Barry reverse lay-in. It's going to be knocked out of bounds. Nicely done. Devin Jackson saved the day there. Got the rebound, was falling out of bounds, was going to have the ball, so he just knocked it off of Darnell Barry. The ball goes out of bounds, Shoreline basketball.
Yeah, he's their defensive guy right now. They're subbing in offense-defense for Geberwatt, and that was a great defensive play. Turn it right back over.
Ooh, ouch. So Yakima Valley will have it down by 4, 62-58. Geberwatt goes out, and Devon Jackson checks back in now. Inbounds. Yakima Valley.
They need to get a good shot.
55 seconds to go. They're kind of slowing things down, it looks like. Clough looks for a screen, kind of half-hearted screen. Now he'll dribble through. Oh, Smar got a little push off, and the tap-up's not going to go. And Smar grabs the rebound. And what are they going to call? They're going to call a over-the-back foul there on Devontae Luckett. I thought maybe they'd get Smar. He kind of came up, but Luckett was kind of leaning over him. So that's going to be his 5th personal foul, and I think he's going to go to the bench. He is.
It's a good rebound by Smar. He's a strong kid, controlled the ball, and then what good free throw shooters should do, he hung on to the ball because they're going to foul him. He goes and shoots 2 at the other end.
Well, and you kind of said that earlier. You need to know what you can do, right?
Yep.
I can shoot free throws. Go ahead and foul me. Here I am. I've got the ball. He does, and he does.
And the good players, their percentages go up the last 2 minutes of the game. So, and that's what he's doing. He's kind of let the game come to him in the last 5 minutes or so. He's kind of taken over.
Next free throw is good, and the lead is 6 points at 64-58. And now the clocks have gone off. All the power over on the official bench went off as well, as it's a lighted display at the front of the bench, and so the whole thing cleared. Somebody kicked the cord somewhere, so everything seems to be back to normal. Yeah. Yeah, and I think our player of the game is Jason Smar. I think we'll talk to him after the game.
Yep.
Looking for the inbounds. Here's a kind of a prayer show thrown up in the corner. It's going to be no good by Max Jones. And then fouled in backcourt there. And we're going to walk to the other end and have some free throws coming up here. Still only a 2-possession game, but this could really be put out of reach here with a couple of free throws by Derek Dean.
Yeah, Yakima hasn't gotten very good shots the last 3 or 4 possessions. They're going to look back at the game and think that was the difference there. And Shoreline played some good defense. Give them some credit too.
Free throw will go.
Now they need to look to get a 3 up and get a timeout.
Yeah.
Set up a press.
Yeah, 26.7 seconds to play in this game. Next one will not go. And the rebound is Jensen. He falls down. Skylar Kelly says, I'm not going to stop playing defense, by the way, even though we're up. And so they're going to call a foul.
Okay, they have one to give.
Right, and that's probably a smart one there.
Yeah, that was a smart one. They don't want to foul now because as the clock stops and they have an opportunity to score points. So they want to play solid defense and get a box out.
And the smart players know what the situation is in the game, too, don't they? Here's Max Jones. He brings rain and 2, they say. And a timeout called by Yakima Valley. The lead is 4 points with 10.5 seconds to go. And we'll try to get Jason Smar over to get a couple of words with him here in our post-game wrap-up here at Shoreline. Back with you next week for a doubleheader, men's and women, for Shoreline taking on Bellevue. Now, in my day, it was the Bellevue Helmsmen, by the way.
Yeah.
They're the Bulldogs now, but it's the Bellevue Helmsmen, 4 o'clock for the men, 2 o'clock for the women next week.
And you remember Shoreline's mascot.
They were the Samurai.
Yep.
That's right. But they changed that to Dolphins. When the politically correct things all came in. Yeah, the Shoreline Samurai, the Bellevue Helmsman.
Yeah. I just don't think people knew what a helmsman was, so they had to change that one.
I even knew the alma mater, the Bellevue Helmsman True, mid the scent of evergreens, above the water's blue.
Really?
I'll sing the whole thing next week. Next week at the game.
So you're a Bellevue alum.
We're the Bellevue Helmsman True.
Okay.
They changed the clock now to 11.8 seconds to go. And an inbounds here for the Shoreline Dolphins. I'm not sure changing from Samurai to Dolphins, is that a step up?
I'm not sure.
Well, you remember the old day of Eastern was the Savages, by the way. So.
Oh, it was?
Yeah. We're probably going to get in trouble for not being politically correct, even talking about this stuff. Don't even get us started on the Redskins.
Right.
Okay.
That play right there, that's a good play. It's legal. You can throw the ball. When you can run the baseline after a made basket, you can throw the ball to someone who's out of bounds, to your teammate who's out of bounds, and that was good play. Got the ball into a good free throw shooter.
What? Knowing the situation, knowing the rules too, right?
Yep.
Free throw good, Skylar Kelly. If there's a secondary player of the game, it would be Skylar Kelly as well.
Yeah, he's had a nice game.
Especially in the second half. Kind of just.
Yep.
But I think Coach Brady kind of refined his rotation in the second half, and here are the guys we're going to run with. And
yep. Well, the coaches will do that a lot of times and play a few more guys in the first half, and then the second half clamp down a little bit. And I also think Marquise Clark had a nice game for Yakima.
So on their home floor, it will be the Shoreline Dolphins 67, the Yakima Valley Yaks 60, the final score here. We're going to talk with Jason Smar coming up in our little post-game wrap-up here. So we will step aside and take a break and stay with us. Our player of the game coming up next here. 67-60 Shoreline over at Yakima Valley. You're watching Shoreline Community College basketball on STSPN.com.
The women's basketball team plays at 2, the men play at 4.
Welcome back to the Shoreline Gymnasium. Shoreline Community College basketball here this afternoon. The Shoreline Dolphins 67, the Yakima Valley Yaks 60. Jason Smar wearing number 10 out of Edmonds Woodway. He's the leading scorer today with 17 points on the game. Good ball game today.
Thank you.
Hold it nice and close to you.
Thank you.
Was it tough getting back into the swing of things after the holidays, or how did that work out for you?
No, I mean, it was nice just having a little bit of a break to rest myself. I got to go visit my mom and my sister in Arizona, and then came back and was ready to work here this week, and it was just a good week overall.
Coach Duchesne, what do you got?
Well, Jason, nice game. You had 17 points on 10 shots. I really thought you allowed the game to come to you. The last 3-4 minutes of the game, you made 2 or 3 really big plays. Tell us about the one after the timeout where you drove and kicked it for the 3 in the corner. Was that part of the plan from Coach, or was the shot clock running down?
I think it's more just my ability to trust in my teammates. That's my best friend who I pass the ball to, and you know, he and I have that trust between us just like I do with all the other 6 other guys. So, I mean, I just trust all my teammates, and I know if I put them in a good place to score, they're going to do it for me.
I thought you really did a good job of letting the game come to you. You made some great passes in the first half. You had 4 assists, 10 rebounds to go with your 17 points. So put in a good day's work. Good job.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Talk about, you said Skylar Kelly, your best friend?
Yes, sir.
Talk about him. What's special about him?
I mean, he can shoot the ball from anywhere on the court. He and I this summer when we first met, we were best friends right on the spot. And I mean, we both shoot threes like no other. And I mean, just the work ethic that he has, it just matches everything that I do. And I mean, there's no better guy than him.
Coach Duchesne and I kind of talked during the game. There was one play, and I don't remember which play it was. You got somebody on an inbounds I said that's lots of hours in the gym during the summer, right?
Absolutely, yeah. We put those time to, man. We put that punch clock. I don't know. We have a little sign-in sheet computer down in the weight room, and you'll see the hours down there. I mean, his and I's match up right to the T.
Good. What's your plan for next year? What are you thinking?
I'm waiting until the end of this year to figure that out. I'm just going to play the season and let whatever happens this year dictate what's going to go on next year.
Well, good luck. You want to keep playing basketball?
I do, absolutely.
Good. Yeah,
yes,
you got a future in 4-year school somewhere. Best of luck to you.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that.
And the one more thing before we let you go, Coach talked about it as we were doing the game today. Pound it down to the big guy. Talk about Joe.
Joe, he's a monster down there. I mean, he's so patient when he gets the ball, and he's another guy out of the rest of the teammates I trust so much. Just giving him the ball, I know that whether he's going to score or whether he's going to be patient, like the one he hit down there with about 2 minutes remaining, he backed the guy down. He saw me cut down on the backhand side, and he just dished it right to me. I knew he was going to pass it. And
Yakima Valley never went away. You could never pull away from him, could you?
No, they're a very good team, and one of my buddies on the other team, he hurt his ACL, and he's one of their great players, and it's unfortunate for him, obviously, but they're still a great team. 6-4 is their record. I mean, that speaks for itself.
Good luck down the road. We'll see you down the road.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
You bet.
Fins.
There you go. Go Fins. There you go. Our player of the game, Jason Smar, ended up with 17 points and 10 rebounds. And what else did you have?
He also had 4 assists.
4 assists, so pretty good job getting a hug there as he heads out. And the leading scorer for the Yakima Valley Yaks, 19 points for Marquise Clark. He had a good game.
Yeah, he did. I thought he, too, let the game come to him, and he hit some mid-range jumpers. He had to get out on him. He took it inside. He's got a nice body, and he used the body well, scored some points. So that's got to be a good lift for him going for 19 heading into league next week.
There you go. That is it. Thanks very much, Nate Duchesne. Good luck the rest of the year.
It's my pleasure. Thanks for allowing me to come and hang out with you today.
You bet. And watch a little CC basketball. Now you're on your way to watch your daughter play a little high school basketball.
Yep. Snohomish plays Linden Christian tonight. At Snohomish, they're undefeated, so it should be a good game. And we're on our way there. Again, the final score, Shoreline 67, Yakima Valley 60 for our statistician, Buddy Patrick. For Todd Elvig from STSPN. For Nate Duchesne, I'm Tom Lafferty. Once again, the final score, the Shoreline Dolphins 67, the Yakima Valley Yaks 60. You're watching Shoreline Community College basketball on STSPN.com. Good night, everybody.